brother, my fellow teacher, and fellow boxing coach. We're here in Quebec City. We just saw the press conference for Mbilli against Devevyachrnko. Man, I don't know about you, Ludo, but I'm excited to be in Quebec, and I'm excited for this fight card. Talk to me about it. Go.
So I'm very happy to be in Quebec. First of all, I hadn't come to Quebec in a long time.
Yeah.
That's one thing on a personal level. Second, I'm very excited to see how big boxing is growing in Quebec.
Yeah.
In the, like Camille said, in the province in general, not just Montreal, but we're in Quebec City right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. Amazing card.
Yeah. So we've got the weigh-in tomorrow. We've got the fight on Saturday. And look, it's very interesting to me. We're from New York. We're proud Bronxites now that we live in the great borough of the Bronx. But I gotta tell you, I think a lot of New York fight fans and U.S. fight fans are overlooking Christian Mbilli. You've heard the comments. I've heard the comments. This is a guy who, in my opinion, is right below the level of Canelo. And now that David Benavidez and David Morrell Jr. have left the division, fam, I think he's like next up there, if not right next up, right below it. Talk to me about Mbilli as a fighter and what you think of him.
So first of all, I gotta say, a lot of U.S. boxing fans overlook anybody that's not from the U.S.
Yeah.
Unless he has, proven a few things, and he's from Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Some place where people got the reputation to be like tough cookies.
Yeah.
Mbilli has proven. I mean, for what he's done so far.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I mean, besides tomorrow, I'm not really sure he still has to prove much more.
Not to me.
Not to me either.
No.
I'm looking forward for tomorrow because like it was said in the press conference, his opponent, Sergey Devevyachrnko, has fought all the top guys in
Triple
the
G.
division. Triple G.
I thought he beat Triple G. Danny Jacobs, either or fight. I thought he beat him, but it was neck and neck close. Munguia needed a knockdown to save himself from defeat, and he took him to war. So I don't want to hear personally, Devevyachrnko's on the slide. He's a top fighter.
He's a top fighter.
He's only lost to the top guys.
And that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You work your way up, and you fight one of the top fighters, and he's one of them. And when you look at Mbilli's record, he didn't really take any easy fights. As he went up, and his promotion doesn't do that either.
No, definitely. I have the Tiger, and we were actually looking at the bout sheet here. These guys are all matched up well.
These guys are matched up well, and they're the promotion guys, and they're not given easy fights.
Man, we had the opening fight, Dimitri Asano, who's a Dubai-based Belarusian. Apparently, there was an issue with the opponent, but he is 7-0, 3 KOs. He was slated to take on Matias Reda, a guy with 38 wins against only 2 losses with 32 KOs. That's the kind of matchmaking we're seeing here. Not to mention a guy who stood out to both of us, Thomas Chabot. I'm actually looking forward to seeing this guy.
I want to see him. I'm intrigued now.
10-0,
Very intrigued.
8 KOs. He looked like he was ready to order from the barista here on the stage, but once he started talking, it really looked like he's, fighters ready to fight.
He's fierce.
He's taking on another Argentine with a solid record. Jahai Tucker out of Deer Park, Long Island. He's taking on Santiago Fernandez. That's an 11-1-1 fighter against an 8-1-1 fighter.
Great matchup.
Great matchmaking. Wilkins Mathieu, who we'll speak to tomorrow, he's taking on a guy out of Argentina. But I'm telling you who I'm really looking forward to seeing on this undercard, and you tell me your thoughts. Abdullah Mason, 14-0, 12 KOs. We just overheard Camila Stefan, the promoter of the event, talking about him being Floyd-level talent.
The next Floyd Mayweather.
Which I agree with. And then Olace Iglesias out of Cuba, a guy who I've heard top things about. Talk to me about this card.
Olace Iglesias, so 11-0, 10 knockouts.
Yeah.
Very good knockout ratio. Based in Berlin, Germany. That too.
Cuban amateur standout.
Cuban amateur standout. Based out of Berlin, Germany. And again, Germany's not a country you got to overlook in terms of professional boxing.
No.
So
especially in and around the super middleweight division.
I mean, we saw what happened with Caballero.
He's
Caballero is
German-based.
He's
German-based.
German.
Yeah, he's German.
Point
Yeah,
blank,
German. Yeah, he's German.
Born and raised in Germany.
Born and raised in Germany.
Of Iraqi descent.
Yeah, Iraqi Kurdish.
German, Kurdish, Iraqi, but
Back in
German,
the day, there was Sven Atke, right? Felix Stern.
Felix Stern.
There've been a lot of top fighters from Arthur Abraham, right?
And again, when you look at the matchup, Sina Agbeko from Nashville,
Top guy.
Tennessee, 28-3 with 22 knockouts.
So it should be a good fight.
Good fight, and it's not going to be an easy fight for him. But guess what? I'm sure the training camp was right, and I'm sure it's going to be fine.
The last one, and we'll do another video again tomorrow. You met Arslanbek Makhmudov for the first time. He's trying to bounce back from a defeat he took. This is his first time back on ESPN since losing to a guy you just mentioned, Najee Caballo. He's taking on Guido Vianello, a guy who arguably should be coming off a win against Athea Jagba. You stood head-to-head against Arslanbek. You sat in the front row at this press conference and looked at Arslanbek Makhmudov. Talk to me about your impressions of seeing this heavyweight giant Russian for the first time.
Impressive. But the word that I mentioned is scary. Scary. Even if I was a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Don't judge a book by its cover, but he's not just a cover.
No.
He backs it up. He backs up the cover. So, yeah. Scary, impressive, calm, quiet, composed. That's all that matters. Quiet, calm, composed.
And exuding confidence.
Very, very much.
In fact, he also shows that he's a thinking man, which we knew from watching him previously, but he talked about what he learned from his loss, and he talked about the fact that he needs to work harder inside the ring. So it's a fight I'm really excited about seeing, and we'll see how they weigh in tomorrow. But listen, we're in Quebec. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for the fights.
Same. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. And glad I'm here. Happy I'm here in Quebec City, la ville de Québec.
There you go.
Dans la belle province du Québec.